Hi, my name is Pete Blackshaw with Nielsen Online Digital Strategic Services, and I wanted to share a few words with you about the issue of listening. Nielsen was fortunate to co-chair a major conference by the Advertising Research Foundation on this issue of listening to the unaided pulse of the consumer. And in my opening remarks before the conference, I talked about what I refer to as from Six Sigma to 6 signals of listening, and I wanted to go through each of the key buckets. What we have in this environment today is a world where you've got lots of megaphones out there where consumers are talking to us in many different ways, and the question is that an opportunity for marketers, researchers, brands to extract new meaning from what the consumer is saying? The 6 areas that we identified were, first, think about listening as a opportunity for research and market knowledge. So listening as an insight driver. So think about it as an opportunity to gain greater, more penetrating and revealing insights into the consumer, more honest and candid versus, say, surveys. We might also think about listening as an efficiency catalyst. And by that we mean listening as a substitute for other activities and processes. Thinking about it as better, faster, cheaper, tapping into what moms are saying on blogs, for example, versus other research activities, such as putting them into a focus group. Is, for example, consumer affairs a model of research that can be used potentially as a substitute for other activities? We also talked about listening as what you might refer to as a vitamin boost. And in that case, it's really not about replacing the current processes, but about enhancing them. Can we, for example, prime the focus group by leveraging the power of unaided commentary? Can consumers flag issues that we should be putting into market research studies or surveys? But it's all about how do we use listening as a better way of figuring out how to ask the right questions. Then we explored this area of listening as both a brand building and protection opportunity zone. And in that area, the fourth key benefit is thinking about listening as an advocacy builder, a way of deepening loyalty and advocacy through empathetic listening, making the consumer feel more important by asking their opinion. Think about welcome mats or feedback pipes. Then you might think about listening, and this is point number 5, as an insurance underwriter. And what we mean by that is listening an opportunity to prevent or reduce risk of the brand potentially hitting the mountain, the power of early radar and kind of knowing where the brand may be headed for trouble. And that's all in the whole brand protection category. What's viral, forecasting outcomes, who's influential, who potentially could be a troublemaker, priming our ears to that sentiment. And then lastly, the whole notion of listening as an engagement meter. And this is something that's really relevant to a lot of the brands out there that are testing social media, trying to embark upon next generation CRM strategies. But think about that as how we respond flexibly and with agility to the signals in the market in an effort to drive momentum. Think about the movie studio that listens to the early feedback on the trailer to optimize it as they go, or the brand that takes the early signals and develops better ad keyword buys on search engines or optimizes their websites. But again, listening as an engagement meter. How do we better engage with consumers? How do we sense and respond? So those are the 6 cornerstones of listening that we talked about at the ARF event. This is an ongoing discussion. We're going to sponsor the next event in the San Francisco area in January or February, but it's an important discussion. We hope you'll tune in. Please let us know if you have any questions or are eager to learn much more. I'm Pete Blackshaw with Nielsen Online Digital Strategic Services, and thank you for listening.